Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, Morant was in court yesterday, and the judge ruled that he was he was raised. It says he was fairly raised self-defense, meaning, he was on trial for allegedly punching somebody in the face, and what happened was the judge said it wasn't an assault, it was self-defense.
According to court records, Morant invited then 17-year-old Joshua Holloway and several other players to his family's home in July 2022 to play a series of pickup games. After Morant repeatedly scored on Holloway, he allegedly refused to check the ball, then threw it at Morant's face. According to court documents, Morant questioned the teen, who pulled up his shorts and squared up with Morant, then Morant hit him. This week, a judge ruled Morant is protected by the state's self-defense laws. That doesn't mean the lawsuit goes away, though, just that it's an uphill battle for Holloway's legal team.
Nothing wrong with that. See, I didn't know those details. Somebody, pull up their shorts and square up. That means that they might be about to do something to you, so you need to defend yourself. And I don't care how old they are. You think a 17-year-old can't hurt you.
Oh, absolutely. Could you imagine telling that to the judge, because you got to explain to the judge what pulling up the shorts means if he's not culturally
No,
on?
that's culture all over. What are you talking about?
Pulling up your shorts?
Pulling up your shorts, pulling up your pants, getting ready to fight? Yes, that ain't just a black thing. What are you talking about? That's what people do when they about to fight. What you mean?
I said culture. I didn't just say black thing, but
Yeah.
What other culture are you talking about? What other? Oh, you Dominican. Never mind. You're right. My fault.
Now, also, Southwest jet makes an emergency landing after an engine cover falls off. Now, the plane, which was a Boeing 737-800, returned safely, but there's mad videos out there where you can actually see the engine cover flying off the plane, which pushes more to people that saying that Boeing might not be putting these planes together right.
Already under unprecedented scrutiny, Boeing is tonight facing new allegations. The FAA tells NBC News it's investigating new whistleblower claims, first disclosed by the New York Times, made by a Boeing quality engineer who warns the 787 Dreamliner's fuselage was improperly fastened together. In a letter to the FAA, his attorney writes it is likely to cause premature fatigue failure over time in two major airplane joints. That could cause the plane to break apart after many thousands of flights.
He is alleging that Boeing knowingly took a series of manufacturing shortcuts in the construction of the 787.
People with common sense are going to say clearly somebody at Boeing isn't doing something right. Seems to me like they're trying to get things done, fast and cheap.
I reported this, remember? About the Boeing. They've been doing this for years and years.
Yeah, people with common sense going to see that they're clearly trying to do things, fast and cheap. People without common sense are going to blame it on DEI.
And lastly, this is something that's going down in Newark, but they're saying that this could be affected across the country. Mayor Ross Baraka and Public Safety Director announced that beginning Friday that they're going to have curfews for kids. If you're under 18 years old and you have to be 100 yards from your house, and this is between 11 p.m. and 5:30 a.m. This is because they are scared of the rise of violence, so they're making kids stay home unless you're with a parent or you have to go to or from work. Or if there's anything having to do with the church, or you have to go to the mosque, anything like that. But they're saying with that this can be affected, throughout the country. More mayors might be, taking this in, making sure kids are off the street at night.
What about them crazy ass adults? I know them kids be wilding, but some of these goddamn adults be wilding too. What if it's people over 18 that's out here wilding?
You can't make the adults
Well,
stay home.
What if they the ones causing the trouble? I need to know, and I think that I think Mayor Baraka is a great mayor. Salute to Mayor Baraka. Drop on the clues bombs for Mayor Baraka. Salute to Newark, New Jersey. But I just wonder, how do they know it's just specifically the kids, is what I'm saying. That's what I would like.
Well, I'm sure they know what the crime is, and they've probably been arresting kids, or they've been getting kids off the streets, and they want to make sure the kids are off the street.
I'd love to know. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
Some of these crazy ass adults need to be home at a certain time too. Okay.
Well, you can't just put curfew on adults.
You need to.
Jesus.
Some of them can't control themselves. All right. Sometimes you got to stop people from hurting themselves.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. If something's bothering you, you got something on your mind, maybe your baby mama, whatever it may be, maybe your boss, your baby daddy, it doesn't matter. Call us up right now, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Getting some front page news. All right, now I'll just tell you some clip stories. Of course, we had the eclipse on Monday, but some people weren't too happy. In Mexico, they showed the eclipse on TV, and they got in trouble because they accidentally showed a man's testicles instead of the solar eclipse.
Oh my God!
That's that. First of all, the sun is up there. Nuts are down here. How did that happen?
They showed it on the TV screen, so it was supposed to be there, and they accidentally showed a man's testicles.
How? I need to see. Why y'all ain't show me this before we got on the air? Y'all supposed to show me these type of things. Yes, I want to see how this happened.
You want to see?
Yes, I want to see how these type of things happen.
We have the footage. We'll show you in a second.
That don't even make any sense.
But if somebody left a comment was like, I didn't expect to see the eclipse. I didn't expect to see testicles. I would expect to see Uranus instead of the.
What was the man doing though? Like, why was he even on camera?
They went off the screen mad fast. So it was, I guess they went to the footage of supposed to be showing the eclipse, and it showed the man's testicles. I don't know how the testicles got into the footage.
But why did this man just have his testicles out? What's going on in Mexico?
He was minding his business. Like, that was supposed to be streaming somewhere else. That wasn't for us.
But clearly it was in the public. Like, why are you just out with your nuts hanging in the public?
I don't know how they messed that up. Also, somebody came up with this bright idea to have an eclipse flight where a flight was $1,000, and it was a Delta flight actually, and it would be flying where you could actually see the eclipse in the air. Well, because of the clouds, the people that paid $1,000 could not see it. So they got some goodie bags. They got a hat, socks, and a moon pie and sun chips. And they didn't get their $1,000.
I saw one of those.
What airline that is, yo?
That was Delta, actually.
Oh my God, for real?
Yeah, for real.
And I'm a Delta member. That's clowned out.
Yeah,
I saw that in Jersey.
Oh
when I was looking at the eclipse Monday, there was a plane that flew by, and I said that. I was like, I said, I wonder if that's a plane just for the eclipse, because it was like a smaller plane.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure it was.
Jesus.
Now, this man is suing 50 women for calling him a bad date. Now, this guy's in California. He's lashing out at 50 women on Facebook for allegedly saying that his date was horrible and that he was whack and that he was trash. And here's the women that he is suing, 2 of them, actually.
It's very bizarre. The accusations, they're baseless.
I feel not just for myself, but for my co-defendants and for the other women that he's gone after.
Olivia Berger and Vanessa Valdez are just 2 of multiple women being sued for defamation, libel, sex-based discrimination, and other allegations by Stuart Lucas Murray.
He's basically suing us for $2.6 million in damages.
It all started with this post on the Facebook group, Are We Dating the Same Guy? When Olivia and Vanessa saw the post and all the comments, they added their own experiences.
He seemed, in my opinion, pretty smug and very arrogant. The entire date, he was putting me down for various things, my job included.
Vanessa never went on a date with Murray because she says she didn't like the messages he sent her, at one point even calling her a moron.
I didn't know you could sue anybody. Well, I didn't know you could sue anybody for anything, but the fact that you could just sue somebody for calling them a bad date, but
like,
if the date was bad.
Bro. And they're all 50 bitches. All 50 of them.
All 50 of them. Well, he talks about why he's doing it.
We contacted Murray for comment, but he declined an on-camera interview. Instead, he directed us to this website with a long statement that says in part, "This action is not a game, and the accusations against the defendants are serious. I rejected each of them and cut them off quite swiftly. Instead of going their separate ways, they went on for months and years to spread misinformation about me and countless others. Their actions were deliberate, and they are now playing the victims," unquote.
Yeah, so he's suing these women for $2.6 million.
And not gonna win.
I don't think he's gonna win.
It's like, what are you doing? You spending more money going to court for 50 women than you're gonna ever get. This is weird.
Yeah, very weird.
So basically, it's like a defamation thing.
Defamation suit, yep.
But you're not famous.
Saying he's messing up his name. And lastly, we got to talk migrants. Now, a crew of Venezuelan migrants with rap sheets allegedly targeted Target. Yes, they went in Target. They ransacked the Target, take things out of Target. And then when the cops came, they allegedly beat up the cops. Now, the accused criminals were part of a crew of 6 that allegedly yanked items off displays in the store and did a whole bunch of other things. And because of the bail reform, these guys were pretty much released right after.
Where is this?
It's in New York.
You saw the stuff they were stealing, like cereal and they were basically stealing essentials. Yeah,
Doritos, strawberries, bottled waters, and things like that.
Yeah, I told y'all weeks ago that America doesn't have the resources for this influx of migrants, and like most people who can't get by in this country, the migrants are going to resort to what? To survive. Crime. Okay, and when you look at what they stole, you see that it's just some essentials to survive.
Yeah.
But this is a problem of America's own creation. Because never forget, Mayor Adams said New York was a sanctuary city. Well, so those governors from Texas and Florida sent them right on over.
Well, this is what Mayor Adams said because of everything that's going on.
What I said, even with those who are undocumented and those who are migrants and asylum seekers, if you are a repeated offender of a violent act in this city, after you serve your time, you need to leave this city. That is my position. People should not come here and be violent to everyday citizens of the city and to other migrants and asylum seekers. Because some of the incidents we're seeing, they're attacking other migrants and asylum seekers who just want to come here and pursue the American dream.
Is that considered a violent act, though? I mean, they shoplifted and then I guess they resisted arrest.
Beating up the police?
Well, they beat up the police.
I don't know if they beat them up.
Well, they threw rocks at the officer. One officer was taken to a hospital, so yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't think they beat him up, but they just threw rocks at him. That shouldn't be a biggie.
Yeah, but think about what they were doing. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying they were trying to survive. They were stealing out of a store because they needed food. Is throwing rocks considered violent?
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with you? What are you talking about?
Yes, throwing rocks is violent, but like you said, they were
police
trying
officers.
to get
They got
food.
guns. They got batons. You know what I'm saying? It's not a violent act to me is like running up in the store and actually causing somebody bodily harm just for the sake of causing them bodily harm. They weren't doing that.
Well, they said they wrestled, shoved, slapped, and pushed them in an attempt to resist. The wild struggle left one officer with swelling, redness, and pain on his left arm. He was taken to the local hospital where he was treated and released.
Well,
another suspect who has not been caught was throwing rocks at the officers, but the officers were not struck.
Well, never forget, Mayor Adams said New York was a sanctuary city.
Right.
So those governors from Texas and Florida sent them right on over here. So now you got to deal with those issues.
All right. Well, that is front page news.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.